याली मदद तमाम साथियों को याली मदद। उम्मीद है कि सब साथी अपनी अपनी जगह पर खैर और खैरियत से हो गए हैं और इमाम के नूरानी साये में और पंचतन पाक के साये में हो गए हैं। मोहे मौला हमारे रियाजत को, हमारी दुआओं को, हमारी इल्मी इबादत को, हमारी कोशिशों को अपने हुजूर में कबूल और बुलंद फरमाए। ये हकीकत है कि मौला की रहमत के बगैर, मौला की खुशनवदी के बगैर हम गरीब और नाचार कोई इल्मी और किसी भी और किस्म की खिदमत ना कर सकते। अगर मौला चाहे तो इंशाअल्लाह हम अपने तरीके के अंदर बहुत ही तरक्की कर सकते हैं। एक अजीब और एक बहुत ही उम्मीद की बात यह है कि हमारे तरीके के अंदर चूँकि इमाम ज़मान हर ज़माने में हाजिर और मौजूद रहता है, डॉक्टर साहब आपका अनम्यूट हो गया है फ़ोन। चूँकि हमारे तरीके के अंदर इमाम ज़मान हर हमेशा हाजिर और मौजूद रहता है, तो हमारे यहाँ हर हमेशा ये उम्मीद रहती है कि हम इस इमाम के हुक्म पर, फरमान पर, उसके पीछे पीछे चलते हुए उन आला मकामात पर पहुँच सकते हैं, उन बातों को और राज़ों को जान सकते हैं कि जो दूसरे लोग सिर्फ और सिर्फ सोच सकते हैं या सोच भी नहीं सकते हैं। जैसा कि अहले ज़ाहिर के नज़दीक खुदावंद ताला एक ऐसी हस्ती है जो आसमानों में है और हम गरीब मखलूक, द क्रिएशन ऑफ अल्लाह, वी आर ऑन द अर्थ completely disconnected। लेकिन हमारा तरीका हमको ये सिखाता है कि नहीं, हमारी रूह का बुलंद हिस्सा, the higher part of our soul is always and always and always is attached with the nur of Imam. We are always with Imam and we have actually never left his huzur. What we see today in our physical being is just an illusion, just a dream, just a shadow. ऐसी बातों को समझने के लिए हमें बहुत सारा बातिनी इल्म लेना होगा। मैटर ऑफ फैक्ट, हमारा तरीका, our तरीका is not the ज़ाहिरी तरीका but a बातिनी तरीका। I have a फरमान in front of me from Maulana Hazir Imam in 1980, and Maula is talking to the leaders. And remember, when Maula is talking to the leader, he is giving them the hidayat and he is telling them how to understand our faith in the hope that they will relay these messages to the Jamaat. And this is the message. There is the first part where Imam is giving them a dua and telling them what to do when they return back home. But I'm going to read the second part of this hidayat, which is only 3 lines, very powerful, and this will be the topic of our lecture, our subject today. Mullah says, Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Muhammad. Remember also that we regard to the interpretation of our faith, that which is batin, and that which is zahir is zahir. Remember that. This is fundamental, and this is the farman which I have given you today. And I wish that there should be known to you and everyone. Our tariqah is batin. And what is batin is batin. So let's start thinking about this part. What do we do in our tariqah that we can say it constitutes as batin? Our dua, we recite that in zahir. Our dason, the money part, we give that in zahir. It's a physical, material thing. All our majalis, zahir. What is batin about our tariqah that Imam is saying that we must understand it is a fundamental of our faith? ये हमारे मज़हब का पाया है, बुनियाद है, एसेंस है. So I want to read one more farman and then we will talk about the zahir and the batin of our tariqah. Again, Maulana Hazir Imam, Salawatullah Alayhi, Mumbai, India, 1967, November 9th. Mullah said, there are amongst you certain spiritual children who are now of a sufficient level of religious knowledge to go deeper into the background and the history of our faith. And there is more, I will read that in a few minutes. That there are few amongst you who have gone into the deeper, sufficiently deeper level in the meaning, the knowledge, and the background of our tariqah by going into the history. As all of us are aware that within Islam there are 2 large sects, partition. One who believes the Quran, the book, is sufficient to guide them, and it does not require a guide, an imam, to interpret and to tell them how it is true and how can it be followed in a particular time. Then there is another part of Islam which says, no, as the habit of Allah from the beginning of the time, Allah has always and always have sent guide and guidance to the human in human form. If that was not the case, if the book was enough, then book of Adam would be enough. After Adam, we would not have any other prophets. But there was not the fact. Then come Hazrat Noah, and then Hazrat Ibrahim, and Hazrat Musa, and Isa, and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and 140,000 other prophets in between, before and after our last prophet. Sometime in the name of the prophet, sometime in the names of the imams, sometime in the names of the Pir and Dayan, the guidance remains, and guide were always there to guide us. Why? Why? So guide can tell us the batin of our tariqah. Because Zahir, once we know, we do not need a guide. Why do we need a guide? So he can tell us, show us the batin of our tariqah. So let me finish reading this Farman, the one I just read, the one line of it. There are amongst you certain spiritual children who are now of a sufficient level of religious knowledge to go deep in the history of our faith. It is important that those of you who have the desire to do so, now Mullah is talking about you, the one who have a desire to do so, should do so. I would like in the years ahead to feel that if I ask you, it may be difficult for you in the English language, because this Farman was made in Bombay, where most of our Jamaat speaks Gujarati or Hindi. But if I ask you, what is the difference between esoteric faith and exoteric faith, you should be able to tell me. These are difficult matters, but the better and the deeper your knowledge of your faith, the better and the deeper your understanding of our faith, the stronger you will be, and the stronger our Jamaat will be. And this is why I want you not to stop at the meaning of various surahs of the Quran Sharif or the meaning of the dua, but to take your knowledge further. Again, Mullah is talking about you. And the association and the teachers of the school will assist you in this. Work hard. It is the foundation on which we will build our Jamaat of the future. Do we see how much emphasis Imam is giving on the exoteric and the batin of our tariqah? It is very important that we understand the meaning, the batin of our tariqah. Because what is zahir, and what is batin is batin. Esoteric meaning. Because what we see in zahir is there for us to ponder on, and then to go into the deeper meaning of it. The esoteric batini faith. If we think and if we call our tariqah a batini tariqah, then we should ask, what are we doing other than following the Shariat. So Al-Zahir, the people of the Shariat, they offer their namaz. Just like that, we offer our dua. What is the batin about it? As the people of the Shariat give zakat, we give our dasam. What is batin about that? What are we doing to qualify ourselves as the follower of the Batini Tariqa? What are we doing? Something to think about. So let's talk about what is Batin of our Tariqa. The esoteric faith. If we all remember the very first Farman in our dua book, we all recite the dua 3 times a day, and we have been doing that for years and years. Look what Mullah is saying, the dua that we recite on daily basis. The very first word in the dua book, in that Farman of Hazir Imam says, understanding the meaning of dua. I would like each and every spiritual child not only to know the dua by heart, but to understand the meaning, not the translation. खुदा के वास्ते ये बोलना बंद करो कि हमें मीनिंग पता है. When you only know the translation. Imam is not short of words. Imam does not lack the correct verbiage. If he wanted us to learn this translation of the dua, he would have said so. He said, know the meaning of the dua. How strong Imam feel about the meaning of the dua? Listen to the second Farman in the same book. I don't want you to recite the dua without the knowing what is the meaning. Imam said, don't even recite the dua if you don't know the meaning of it. That's how strong Imam feels about the meaning of the dua. Without the knowing the meaning of the dua, there is no difference between us and Al-Shariat, Al-Zahir. हमारा मजहब बातिन कहाँ बनता है, कब बनता है? When can we say we are of people of esoteric faith, the बातिनी मजहब पालने वाले? जब हम इसकी शुरुआत, the very first step, हमारी दुआ से करते हैं. यानी कि दुआ जाने बगैर, उसकी मानी जाने बगैर, क्योंकि अगर कोई आर्ग्यूमेंट करे कि हम ट्रांसलेशन को जानते हैं, तो मुझे ये बताएं, how would this farman will apply to Jamaat in Syria, in Iraq, in Iran, and other part of the Middle East where their first language is Arabic. How would they translate the dua as per Imam's Farman? Because their language is Arabic, dua is in Arabic. And this Farman was given to the entire Jamaat. Because what Imam is saying, regardless of your language, and regardless of the language of the dua, there is a hidden meaning. Batin is hidden in the dua, and you must know it. क्योंकि जब आप दुआ की मानी जानेंगे, तब आपको पता चलेगा कि हमारा मजहब क्या है। जब आप दुआ की मानी जानेंगे, then you will know why we call our तरीका the बातिनी तरीका। The song. Do we think that Imam needs our money? Or money is just an example to teach us something more, deeper in our tariqah? So let's talk about another physical and spiritual aspect of our tariqah. And we will learn that from our own self. Look at ourselves. We have a zahir, our body, and then we have a soul, our batin. हमारे पास दो चीजें हैं, एक और है, but we will talk about that in a minute. लेकिन हमारा एक जाहिर है जो हमारा जिस्म है, हमारी रूह है जो हमारा बातिन है. जस्ट लाइक दैट हमारी शरीयत जो है वो एक जिस्म है, एक जाहिर है हमारे तरीके का, और उसका असल, उसकी सोल, उसकी मीनिंग, उसका इंटरप्रिटेशन, उसकी समझ, वो उसका बातिन है. देखिए इमाम क्या फरमाते हैं कि कम से कम अपनी जिंदगी में एक मर्तबा अपनी रूह को बाहर निकाल कर देखो. At least in once in your lifetime, take the soul out of your body and see. I will explain this Farman in a second. At least in one time in your lifetime, try to see the soul of our tariqah. Understand the batin of our tariqah. At least once in your lifetime, so you would know what our tariqah is. Otherwise, it will be nothing but the body, body and body, meaning physical, physical and physical, and the spirit, the soul will never be discovered. So come back to this Farman. Why would Imam say something which is not even possible for us to do, which is take the soul out of our body? So this Farman is not for us? Is this Farman does not apply to us? Why would Imam would give us a Farman which is not even possible to do? Come to the Quran, because this Farman is a translation and an interpretation of one of the words in the Quran. Mutu qabla anta mutu. Die before you die. What happens when you die? Your soul comes out. But it says die before you die. Die spiritually before your physical death, so you may be able to see your soul. So now you are thinking, so are you saying, Aziz sir, that it is possible to take our soul out? And is it possible to see our soul? Of course it is. Otherwise Imam would have never given us a farman which cannot be fulfilled and which cannot be followed. Imam is here to guide us, not to trick us into do something. He's our father, spiritual father, our spiritual guidance. And he's here to guide us. So what he's saying? अपनी नफ्स को मारकर, kill your carnal soul, so you may be able to remove the veil between your physical and your spiritual life. And when you remove this veil, when you remove this wall, when you open this window, when you open this door to the batin, when you open the door to the batin, what would happen? You will be able to see your soul. So what is the curtain? What is the shut door? What is the closed window? Our carnal soul. So it said, Mutu kabla anta mutu. Die. नफसानी तौर पर अपने नफ्स को, अपनी कार्नल सोल को मार डालो, ताकि आपका बातिन खुल जाए. And when your batin is open, you will be able to take the soul, you will be able to see the soul. Is it possible? 100%. Do we believe it? That's up to every one individual. It is up to each individual to believe it or not believe it. In one of the lecture, old lecture I remember, is called Firm Belief. Mazboot Akida. Firm Belief. Nachis has challenged the Jamaat. Do we believe Imam and Imam's Farman? Do we believe Imam and Imam's Farman? Everybody online is thinking, why would I even ask a question like that? Of course we do. Okay, there comes the challenge. Imam says, you can become like Pir Sadruddin. Imam says, you can become like Hazrat Isa. You can become like angels, and you can go even above. How many of us have tried to become like Pir Sadruddin? If our answer is not me, you know why we are saying not me? I have never tried to become like Hazrat Pir Sadruddin or Hazrat Isa or Farishte, because we don't believe in Imam's Farman. Because we believed at least once in our lifetime we would have tried it. In the same lecture, another challenge. Do we believe? I know we say it. I know our parents told us that Imam is always present in Jamaat Khana. Do we believe that? And again, everybody is thinking, of course we do. If you believed in, then how many times have you done a didar of the Imam going to the Jamaat Khana in the evening and the morning? You know why we have not done that? Because we don't believe. Firm belief. Firm belief is the important and the first step of our tariqah. Because, why do we need that firm belief? Because if we are just following the Shariat, the Zahir, the physical, we don't need belief, because everything is visible to us, we can see it, and that's it. Belief part comes when we are talking about the batin, unseen, unreachable. जब untouched, unseen, unreachable की बात आती है, hidden की बात आती है, वहां पर ईमान की जरूरत पड़ती है, वहां पर बिलीव की जरूरत पड़ती है. And when you believe, then the doors open to the batin. Windows open. The wall gets removed. Believe. कुरान के अंदर आपको एक जगह पर बहुत ही अजीब और गरीब आयत मिलेंगी. I'm not going to go through entire ayat. Just listen to this word. Oh believers, believe.